Arnab Goswami on The Debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. Century Ply. New Citroën C3. JK Tires. And Fair Play.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. A terrorist has been celebrated in India's financial capital. His name is Yakub Memon. He was hanged in 2015. He's personally responsible for killing 257 innocent Indian citizens during the 1993 Mumbai bomb blast, the terror attack orchestrated by Dawood Ibrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, when we reported this yesterday, when the matter came out in the public domain, many people actually didn't believe it at first. But then the pictures told the story. There was full LED lighting placed around his grave. There was marble tiling done. The entire attempt was to try and make sure that people can come there and pay their respects to the terrorist Yakub Memon. Viewers, who allowed this to happen? This is truly, absolutely reprehensible that this happened under the watch of an elected government, and that government is the government of Uddhav Thackeray, the MVA government. It happened under the watch of the government. The MVA government cannot say now, or those who were in the MVA government, that we did not know that a terrorist was being celebrated, that it was almost like there was a mausoleum created around his grave. Viewers, why does this happen? This happens because we allow certain people to stretch the definition of what is liberalism and what is liberal. We have allowed it to be mutilated to a point where these people believe that to honor a terrorist is actually to be liberal. This is happening because these same groups of people have openly organized public campaigns for Kasav. They have organized public campaigns and marches for Afzal Guru, and more importantly, viewers, all of us as a country, we have allowed it to happen because we become so defensive in our thinking that we believe that if we do not allow certain people to celebrate terrorists, if we do not allow Maoists to celebrate Mannanwani like Gautam Naulakha did at the Aligarh Muslim University campus openly, if we do not allow some people to celebrate and fight for Burhan Wani, eulogize Burhan Wani, that we will not be liberal enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem really emerges from the fact that the nationalists in this country have taken all of this lying down. But I want to ask you tonight, how much more? If you're a nationalist, how much more are you willing to accept? What is your red line? What is your Lakshman Rekha? And I feel this very episode where Yakub Memon's grave was being turned into some kind of a mausoleum under the watch of the state government in Maharashtra at that time should be the red line. This much and no more. It's like having a mausoleum for Osama bin Laden in New York. Viewers, the right-thinking people of this country, and I repeat the word, the right, with the operational emphasis being on the word right, the right-thinking people in this country should now come forward and take a stand on things like this. That's debate number 1 tonight. A shameful attempt to create some kind of a mausoleum to pay tribute to a terrorist. Yes, this has happened, viewers. Debate number 2 this evening. Netaji's statue on Kartavya Path unveiled, but why was he sidelined for more than 70 years? And debate number 3 this evening, a deep investigation by Republic Bangla, which reveals shocking details of a possible plot to implicate Shubhendu Adhikari, denied by the CID. Big investigation. All this and more coming up, and here are the headlines this Thursday evening on The Debate Tonight.
सुभाष चंद्र बोस ऐसे महामानव थे, उनकी स्वीकार्यता ऐसी थी कि पूरा विश्व उन्हें नेता मानता था।
75 years after independence, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's statue unveiled at Kartavya Path.
हमारा भारत सुभाष बाबू की राह पर चला होता तो आज देश कितनी ऊंचाइयों पर होता। दुर्भाग्य से हमारे इस महान नायक को भुला दिया गया।
From Kartavya Path, Prime Minister says Netaji's contribution was deliberately sidelined.
विकास के बड़े लक्ष्यों का संकल्प है, कर्तव्यों की प्रेरणा है। इसमें गुलामी की मानसिकता के त्याग का आह्वान है, अपनी विरासत पर गर्व का बोध है।
One by one, the symbols of slavery are abolished, India shedding its colonial baggage. Who allowed LEDs, marble tiling and floodlights at Yakub Memmon's grave? Who wanted a terrorist glorified? Document after document on Republic exposes the role of Uddhav's MVA government in allowing the terror memorial. And was Sharada scam accused forced to name Shubhendu Adhikari of the BJP? Big debate after the Republic Bangla news break. Ladies and gentlemen, 29 years ago, 12 blasts ripped through the financial capital of India. It was the worst terror attack of its kind, and yet today, images of a virtual shrine being erected for Yakub Memon, a terror memorial for a terrorist who has blood of 257 people on his hands. Ladies and gentlemen, who allowed this and why? Let's debate.
In 1993, 12 blasts ripped through Mumbai, killing over 257, injuring thousands. Yakub Memon was convicted and hanged by a Supreme Court order for being a conspirator of these blasts. A terrorist of the worst kind, his grave is being beautified in Mumbai. A terrorist who bled India is being glorified with a revamped LED-laden grave with a manicured marble boundary and 5 floodlights.
I'm at Yakub Memon's tomb at Bada Kabristan. This is the tomb behind me, which is been decorated with granite. Whereas when you compare other graves out here, they are without any kind of decorations.
सिर्फ यहाँ पर भ्रष्टाचार चल रहा है।
लेकिन किसने किया? ये जो रसीद जो है वो कौन देता है और किससे?
जुम्मा मस्जिद ट्रस्ट।
And then there are those who are still brazenly eulogizing him.
बिलाखिर सच्चाई सामने आ ही जाती है। लोगों को अगर ये एहसास हो गया है कि इसको जो मारा गया है गलत मारा गया है, इसीलिए कुदरती बात है वो एक दिली रिश्ता पैदा हो जाता है। कोई आदमी किसी के लिए जान दे, सबसे कीमती चीज़ जो है वो जान है, और जो जान का नजराना देता है किसी मकसद के लिए, चाहे उसको मकसद सही हो और गलत हो, मैं उसकी इज्जत करता हूँ।
Letter that was written by Yakub Menon family back in October 2019 when Mahavikas Aghadi was in government. A letter was written to a trust seeking permission for a permanent grave for Yakub Menon in Bada Kabristan for 5 lakh rupees. While looking at the situation at this point of time, where we can see it is glorified by LED lights and as well as the marble tiles which has been installed, it clearly sees that Mahavikas Aghadi government at that point of time has given a permission for Yakub Menon grave to be glorified.
An investigation has now been ordered after Republic TV broke the story.
आतंकवादी याकूब मेमन, इसके विषय पर माननीय राज्य के हमारे नेता उप मुख्यमंत्री गृह मंत्री महोदय श्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी, इनसे मेरी दूरध्वनि के माध्यम से चर्चा हुई। एक चौकसी समिति इस पे बैठाई जाएगी कि महाराष्ट्र में इस आतंकी विचारों को उदात्तीकरण करने की कोशिश कौन कर रहा है।
But can the garb of democracy and freedom of expression be pushed to perpetually pay tribute to terrorists? from Afzal Guru. To Hizbul terrorist Mannan Wani.
My point is कि अगर आप मनन वानी जैसे को भी मजबूर कर देते हैं कि उसके सामने और कोई रास्ता उसको नजर नहीं आता है बंदूक उठाने के सिवा और लड़ने के सिवा, तो देन व्हाट यू टॉकिंग अबाउट? हिंदुस्तान की डेमोक्रेसी भी उसको नापसंद रही। क्यों? He didn't feel inspired, he did not feel.
To the Batla House terrorists.
हमने वजीर आजम से बात करी, हमने सोनिया गांधी जी से बात करी। सोनिया गांधी जी को उस हादसे की हमने तस्वीरें दिखाई तो उनके आंसू फूट पड़े और उन्होंने हाथ जोड़कर कहा कि ये तस्वीर मुझे मत दिखाओ, फौरन जाओ वजीर आजम से बात करो।
Indian democracy cannot be used to heroize terrorists. There can be no tribute for terror. Not on our soil. Let's debate.
We have with us this evening Ram Kadam of the BJP, Ratan Sharda, Subhrashta and Amit Raina on one side, Atikur Rahman, Ehtesham Hashmi, Adil Nazir Khan from Jammu and Advocate Jayesh Wani from Mumbai. He supports what has been previously called the MVA government, the disastrous government of Uddhav Thackeray. Mr. Wani, so obviously the simple question will be, और राम कदम जी सवाल तो ये उठेगा कि जिस एमवीए सरकार में दाऊद इब्राहिम के साथ करीबी संपर्क रखने वाले नवाब मलिक थे, उसी एमवीए सरकार ने याकूब मेमन के लिए ये जो एक तरह के मेमोरियल बनाने की परमिशन भी दी होगी. Which means, Mr. Wani, Ram Kadam and Mr. Wani, please come into the debate. Could this have happened without the approval of the state government? बिना राज्य सरकार के अनुमति की ये मेमोरियल बन सकती थी क्या याकूब मेमन के लिए? राम कदम जी.
Let me tell you some moot points, Arnab ji. First of all, this Yakub Memon was not any martyr. He was a dangerous terrorist. And they have been trying to convert his tomb into a shrine. And everything happened under the nose of Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray and his government. Now he should come forward and immediately he should apologize to the nation. That is the priority number one. Priority number two, if you see his place is not far from his official residence where he used to stay in Varsha, and the Mantralaya is not more than 2 kilometers. So deliberately they have taken this action which is not acceptable. It is a ludicrous. So Uddhav Thackeray should come forward with a folded hands and bended knees and he should apologize to the country, because it's an insult of those people who have died in that bomb blast. Those are more than 257. Is adding salt to their pain, their family members. And what about those people whose family members have martyred while fighting with the terrorist? What do they feel?
Yeah.
We cannot glorify or we cannot make anyone.
No, obviously
like
this is some kind of appeasement. This is some kind. Why appease terrorism? What was the idea here, which is extremely dangerous here? Because if there has to be some gain out of this. Uddhav Thackeray or the Vadra Congress or the NCP who were running the government, what did they have to gain by allowing a tribute for a terrorist, a convicted terrorist, Yakub Memon, Jayesh Wani, who was being celebrated on the same soil where he killed 257 people, where they shed their blood and lost their lives in 12 deadly blasts 29 years ago in 1993. Is this what was left of the Shiv Sena or Sonia Sena or whatever you call it? I think it's more than an apology, I would say. Much more than an apology, Ram Kadam, that Uddhav Thackeray owes to the people of this country. Mr. Jayesh Wani, how was this allowed?
Yeah. Now may I enter in the debate, please? Yeah. Arnab, I was sat with you in many programs in the same debate. I used to talk in English, but specifically for this topic, I choose to talk in Hindi because I'm just taking an advantage to express my views very clearly because English is not my mother tongue basically. अर्णव जी, मैं कुछ तारीखें पढ़ना चाहूंगा सबसे पहले ताकि डिबेट अच्छी तरीके से हो। याकूब मेनन को जो हैंग किया गया था, लटकाया गया था फांसी से, वो था 30 जुलाई 2015। तारीख थी 30 जुलाई 2015। याकूब मेमन को जब गाड़ा गया था, जमीन के अंदर दफन किया गया था, वो तारीख थी 30 जुलाई 2015। ओके, नाउ माय क्वेश्चन, 27 जुलाई 2002 को उसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसका आखिरी जो रिजेक्ट कर दिया था और उसे फांसी की सजा सुना दी थी। याकूब मेनन गद्दार है, याकूब मेनन देशद्रोही है, याकूब मेनन इस देश का सबसे बड़ा गुनहगार है, कोई शक नहीं है। लानत पड़े, कीड़े पड़े याकूब मेनन को, जिसने मासूमों के साथ किसी ने निरपराधियों की जान ली है। नाउ माय क्वेश्चन इज दैट the same word may use for the Nathuram Godse also.
Oh God! Wait. This is I mean, you know, I tell you one thing. This becomes a Yakub Memon versus Nathuram Godse battle. You are not. You must accept the fact. Okay, Ram Kadam is back on the debate. Do you? No. Did the Uddhav Thackeray government allow this memorial to be built or not? Did Uddhav Thackeray, while as chief minister, during his chief ministership, did this memorial get built for this terrorist or not? Under his watch, Jayesh. No, you must answer my question. Who was chief minister when the memorial was built for the terrorist?
This is wrong.
Who was chief minister when the memorial was built for the terrorist, Jayesh? Answer the dates. When this memorial was built, who was the chief minister of Maharashtra? Who was the chief minister of Maharashtra? Ram Kadam.
Arnab.
Who was the chief minister when the memorial was built for the terrorist?
He has been. No.
Okay, what is the date of the?
Uddhav Thackeray was there. Uddhav Thackeray was there as the chief minister, and he cannot.
Arnab, what is the date of mausoleum?
He cannot.
It is 2015.
Shrug off the responsibility.
Uddhav
Thackeray should accept his mistake. He should accept.
He was buried in 2015. It is 30th July 2015, and Devendra Fadnavis was the chief minister at that time.
Wait.
So who is responsible?
Wait. If you want,
you remember, Arnab,
to talk
that
about
time I was also in a journalism and you are also in a journalism. Did you remember the thing when Kasab was buried? When Kasab was graved, no one has known till the date where Kasab has been graved.
Okay, you're justifying this. So I find it very strange. Ram Kadam, I'm opening the debate right now.
I told you.
No. One minute. Jayesh, I'm opening the debate to other panelists also. Atikur Rahman, Ratan Sharda, Subrashta, and Adil Nazir Khan may please come into the debate. A tribute is paid to heroes. Glorification is those for those who serve the nation. When Yakub Memon's grave in Bada Kabristan in Mumbai is tiled with marble, adorned with LED lights and subjected to a beautification drive, it means that a convicted terrorist who has killed 257 Indians is being treated like a celebrity. And when I ask these questions, every attempt to avoid my questions, was permission not taken, Ratan Sharda, of the local authorities? Who were the local authorities? Did the Jama Masjid of Bombay Trust allow it?
If you bring 10 bricks to your home, they will be on your head. Try bringing a cement, a bag of cement or 10 bricks to your home. The BMC people will be after you asking, "Kya bana rahe ho?" I have faced this multiple times. And there you are, somebody's enlarging the size of the tomb. He's decorating it and nobody in BMC knows. It cannot happen without the connivance of the local government or the state government. And what is police doing? And when we allow such glorification and we justify that glorification with some excuse or the other, we are only giving terror more space. Remember, 93 bombing didn't stop it because it kept on increasing till 2014. There were sustained attacks on Mumbai, huge attacks, when they were trying to make it into some kind of Hindu terror. So when you justify terrorism with one excuse the other, when you glorify them, when you take out a janaza which is much bigger than even a top political leader, you know there is something wrong. And when, whether it's Burhan Wani or this guy, there is Afzal Sharminda hai, Tere Qatil Zinda hai, there is something wrong with us. No other country.
Atik, it's a serious matter, and the reason.
USA.
No, it's
what
like
kind of country
I said so. I said it's like having a mausoleum for Osama bin Laden in Central Park. My question here is, let's be very clear. Nobody is misleading. This has happened, and I know people are shocked right now during this debate. People were shocked when we were reporting it yesterday. The first response to the Republic report was one of denial, but they cannot deny it because we have letters. There's a relative of Yakub Memon mentioned in the letter as Mr. A.R. Memon in 4th November 2019, writes to the chairman of the trust that 4 Kabirs, including Yakub Memon's grave, has been sold to another family. The Memon family has been given a total of 7 of the otas, that is the graves in the cemetery. The complaint says that beside Yakub, 3 more graves given to the family were sold at 5 lakhs using illegal methods. I have the letter. In the letter, A.R. Memon has alleged that his family was in possession of the land since 1930 and 5 lakhs was collected from another family. Illegal methods were used to sell this land which was in the possession of the Memon family. Now you must understand what this basically means. Otas are graves and permanent land within the Kabristan given to certain families. A policy which stopped in 1984 in the Bada Kabristan. Listen to me. What does this mean? This means that special treatment was given to Yakub Memon. And I am asking, why was special treatment given to a terrorist? No, I'm sorry. And one more proof. Don't shake your head, Atikur. Special treatment has been given. This is our country's soil. No treatment can be given to a terrorist. It is not an individual discretion anymore. It's an insult to the people of the country and the sovereignty. It's a threat to the sovereignty of the country, Atikur Rahman. Don't try and justify this one too.
I will refute your points.
You refute me with facts.
Allow me to refute
You refute me with facts. I am saying VVIP treatment was given to a terrorist.
Facts.
Duly hanged as per process of law.
No VIP treatment. I'll just take 1 minute of yours, Arnab. I am the closest to this Kabristan where I am sitting right now. Most of my relatives do have their
Please come to the point. I'm not asking whether you're closest or whether your relatives are also buried there. That's immaterial to me.
I am just making the authenticity of my claims. No special treatment to anybody is given in this by the trust. All graves are equal. All graves are equally either, marble or in a cement structure. All graves have equal denominations.
It doesn't look like
Please don't interrupt, sir.
It doesn't look like that.
Please don't interrupt.
It looks 3-4 times the size, sir.
If our relative,
the same size.
Please allow me, sir. I haven't taken a few seconds. Allow me to make my point. The trust people do not entertain any application by the relatives of the people who are in the graves to embellish of any kind.
Then why was Yakub Memon's was Yakub Memon's grave embellished with white marble tiles? Why are there so many floral tributes around it? 1 minute. How is this that the beautification drive? Listen to me, Atikur. Be quiet right now because I'm in no mood to listen to this anymore. Why was this beautification drive on Yakub Memon's grave allowed during the Shab-e Barat? Which took place in March? Who were the authorities who permitted the LED lighting at Yakub Memon's grave?
Terrorism. You don't want your viewers to have a very perfect. What? You don't want the people to look a very perfect, without any ifs and buts. The thing is, on an auspicious night called Shab-e Barat.
1 minute. Don't. Now next you'll be talking about the human rights, and next you'll be talking about human rights of Yakub Memon after his hanging. Listen to me. Did the Jama Masjid of the Bombay Trust allow it? How did the Jama Masjid of Bombay Trust, which manages the Jama Masjid and the Bara Kabristan, allow the caretakers to carry out a glorification campaign of the terrorists? Now you will tell me. No. 1 minit. You tell me one thing. You tell me one thing now. 1 second, Atikur. The question is very fundamental here. And I'm taking this question to Subrashta, and the debate is hot right now. The point is, please don't tell me that the authorities did not know that is the grave of a terrorist called Yakub Memon. Don't tell me we must honor all our dead. No. No. He is a terrorist.
Who
He
said-
killed no.
who
You are
said
trying to take Shab-e Barat,
is
etc.
a-
How was
is
his
an
grave
occasion,
converted into a mazar,
a
sir?
night
How was his
all
grave?
Qabristans
How is
are
how
decorated,
as
all
a
graves
how?
are decorated
Listen. No. Don't think. No.
without any
How?
discrimination.
Atikur, 1 minute.
Without any preferential
Atikur, don't
treatment.
talk about discrimination,
Without
please.
any VIP
Don't talk about
treatment.
discrimination, please. How is the structure of a red soil given a facelift with marble grave? How is marble put over red soil?
There is no
and how almost
structure.
turned into a mazar?
There is no structure,
Almost
sir.
turned into a mazar when the person who
It's a
lies
false
beneath it.
report. It's not a mausoleum. It's not a mazar.
Yeah. Of course,
It's
it won't be
not a
now.
mausoleum,
We'll
no
make sure
mazar.
it's not. Republic will
just
make
a
sure it's
grave.
not.
So you put up marble and put up LED lights on a
Just now
normal
I can
mazar.
walk into.
Tell me.
No, 1 minute. I want Subrashta.
Do you decorate every mazar like this? You put lights on every mazar like this?
This is
You
taking
don't.
a chance.
By doing this, you are actually showing new kind of respect, saluting the guy who killed
And
hundreds of people.
viewers, I
And
will.
led the biggest terror attacks on India.
Just 1 minute, Atikur.
Why?
Atikur,
For
I
years
like
after that.
Subrashta to come in. I like Amit Rana to come in after that. And the fact is, viewers, whether people accept it or not, there was an attempt to have a sort of permanent tribute to a terrorist. This has happened in our country. I know people are watching this absolutely shocked. And I call upon all the right-thinking people of India, operational emphasis deliberate on the word right. The right-thinking people of India must say #no tribute for terror. Subrashta, there are these sort of vague technical denials now coming. What do you make of it?
Arnab, I'm not going to take any technical denials that are coming in because there are on record, for example, National Conference leader, I forget his name, and good that I forget his name.
Farooq
I don't
Abdullah's
think he should
brother.
be glorified more. He has talked about Yakub Menon actually. Yeah, exactly. He talks about the fact that Yakub Menon was some kind of a messiah for the poor, and hence his grave should actually be converted into a mazar or whatever. So there are all these kind of stupid politicians going around making stupid statements, and people like us, ordinary citizens of the country, who actually bore the brunt during those gruesome killings that happened in Bombay that time. Are we really supposed to keep quiet and allow all of this to happen? Thanks to Republic that you actually covered this. My head hangs in shame today because today is a historic day for India. With all that's going on in Delhi, with the whole Kartavya Path inauguration and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose being venerated, we have in Bombay, in Mumbai, a case like this. A convicted terrorist who without doubt has killed so many of our brethren, being actually venerated like this. It should be a moment of rage for citizens all across India, and we should not take this lying low. And Arnab, I would correct you, it's not only Republic's movement now. It should be an all India movement to see that this grave should actually be treated like the grave of a dog. That man killed so many Indians.
Mahavikas Akhadi.
Yes, Adil? What's your point?
Listen, I'm not going to get into this whole political conversation.
Adil, before you come in, let me tell you, the cousin, let's look at the situation. The cousin of Yakub Menon was so confident that he wrote to the trust and he demanded permanent land inside the Bada Kabristan on the payment of 5 lakhs. Why did the MVA government allow the VVIP treatment to the terrorists? First of all, in this country, a family member of a terrorist can come and say that I demand permanent land and tomorrow, therefore, I will demand LED lighting and I should also be allowed to. After all, he's dead. We must respect him. So what if he killed 267 people? So what if he's part of D company? Perhaps it is because there are certain ministers in the MVA government who are themselves in business with D company members. And Adil, did the Uddhav government enable this marble structure to ensure that part of the land permanently stays with Yakub Memon's family? Why is there special treatment being given for Yakub Memon's family? Is this some different kind of appeasement going on? This beautification is carried out with the knowledge of the Waqf board. Did the Waqf board not know? With the commissioner of police then, Parambir Singh. Did Parambir Singh not know? Deputy Commissioner, Assistant Commissioner, ACB, Senior Inspector of Police, all of these people are marked in the letter. Did they not know or they all knew? Fact of the matter is, a point came when probably these people in government felt they should do what they want. Which means if it gets you votes, if it gets you popularity, if it gets you something, you can even beautify the grave of a terrorist. Now, Adil, what's your point here? Do you support what Farooq Abdullah's brother said? Were the councillors here not aware? Were the councillors of the Shiv Sena not aware? Can Jayesh Wani tell me that the Shiv Sena corporators and councillors were not aware of this? Can they tell me?
Arnab, thank you for giving me an opportunity.
No, 1 minute. I want to get Adil in, and after I will give you an opportunity right after that. But I have mentioned Adil first. Yeah, Adil.
I'm just listening to Pravachan.
Yes, Adil.
Arnab, it's really very unfortunate the time when you should discuss the economy, you should discuss the...
I'll discuss what I want. Don't lecture me on what I should discuss. I think this is very important.
Very unfortunate.
No, I'll discuss what I want.
Then
you don't have to tell me what I need to discuss.
Is this really a debate, and are you going to balance that thing, what I saw on media a few days back, that you have raised your voice for Bilkis Bano? So that's why you are trying to balance that.
1 minute. Are you out of your mind? How do you equate? Adil, let me tell you one thing. First of all, you get your head checked.
For real?
You've got a real problem in your thinking.
Arnab, you have invited. Let me speak.
Arnab. No, I've invited you, but I'm also advising you to go and get your head checked, because when I take a position for Bilkis Bano, it is because what happened to Bilkis Bano in that case was extremely unfair. Similarly, no, I don't look at things through your Hindu-Muslim lens. The difference between you and me is you look at everything through a pure pro-anti-Hindu, pro-anti-Muslim lens. I don't look at it like that. I look at things in terms of what is pro my country and against my country's national interest, and what is happening in terms of celebrating Yakub Memon is against the country's national interest. Do not try to put a religious lens to it. Do not try to put a religious lens to an act of terrorism. Do not ever dare to do that on my program, Adil. I warn you, don't do that.
Democracy and culture. There is no link of religion there. No, Arnab.
Then don't talk about balancing acts. Rubbish. You don't know what you're talking about, Adil. Adil and Amit Raina, please. There are no balancing acts when it's right and wrong. This is wrong. And that's what it is.
The religion which you want to decorate is...
Adil and I can't hear Adil at all. Adil and Amit Raina. Adil and Amit Raina right now on the debate. Can I have them left and right, please? Thank you very much. Yes.
Arnab, you know how much we respect and venerate Bala Sahib Thackeray. He is almost next to God for us, especially for my community. So it is always I try to justify that his younger ones, his children cannot be doing acts which are seen against Hinduism, which is seen against Hindus. But unfortunately, how much ever I try to not believe, every day gets clearer that for power, the Thackeray's have made Shiv Sena into Suleiman Sena. They have made Shiv Sena into Suleiman Sena. So while they were glorifying terrorists, creating mausoleums for him, there were Indians getting killed in Kashmir. There was Marathi
Maharashtra is going to bang the BJP in upcoming elections. That's why he brought this thing in front of us.
We go back to the issue of culpability. I'd like to get Ehtesham Hashmi on the debate. Amit Raina and Ehtesham Hashmi. Amit Raina and Ehtesham Hashmi on the screen, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You find it very shocking to believe that...
Every time anyone tells you that terror does not have a religion, terrorist does not have a religion, please take him to the mausoleum of Yakub Memon in Bombay and show him what is this. Ask him what is this. I would like to show him the thousands of videos of lakhs of people attending Burhan Wani's funeral, lakhs of people attending other terrorist funerals. So if terrorism does not have religion, please tell me why is mausoleum being built for Yakub Memon in Bombay?
I'm saying it. I've said it before. And I'm saying it again, and I'd like to get Ehtesham in. The nationalists in this country need to come together. I think we need to counter the perpetual celebration of terrorists with the true spirit of nationalism. No more demanding mercy for terrorists. We have allowed marches to be carried out, Ehtesham, demanding mercy for terrorists like Yakub Memon on death row. I think nationalists need to come together and shun such practices. No more prayer meetings on campuses for terrorists. No more prayer meetings like they have been held for Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists, Mannan Wani, inside a campus. No more tributes for terrorists. We've allowed it. Ehtesham, I'll tell you our mistake. Ram Kadam is on the debate. We have allowed it. We have allowed marches to protest against the hanging of Afzal Gu. We've allowed it, but there's a change in mood in this country now, Ehtesham. Who allowed this? Who allowed this today?
Arnab,
in the heart of Mumbai?
My turn. Let me make my point, Arnab. अर्नब, मैं आपसे ये कहना चाहता हूं कि आइए सब मिलकर चलते हैं और याकूब मेनन की ग्रेव को तोड़ देते हैं. चलिए, मैं आपके साथ जाने को तैयार हूं. And just give me 2 more minutes to explain my points. BJP is using the issue of Yakub Menon grave to further the political interest. Second point, why did BJP government hand over the body to his family? Hence, BJP once again proved that BJP is harmful for the nation.
We do not want to politicize
because
this issue, boss.
In a similar situation,
Ramkadam, let him finish. I'll come to you after that. Ramkadam ji, unko khatam karne dijiye. After that, I'm coming to. Thank you.
Let me make my point. This is not the way to interrupt me.
Calm down.
Please don't interrupt me, Arnab. It's my request with folded hands.
Finish your point. You're reading from a piece of paper, but finish reading.
And third point, since BJP does not have the answer to the challenge being faced by the people of the country, they are deliberately giving importance to these kind of communal issue. And I am inviting BJP leaders and BJP members and BJP ministers to join me. I can campaign them and we can destroy the grave. But don't try to dig out a political mileage out of it. And there is a serious flaw and serious doubt in our mind that BJP is trying to divide us on communal lines. They are trying to create an atmosphere of fear by using Yakub Menon and Dawood Ibrahim.
Thank you, Etasham. I go back to the issue. How did this happen? Ramkadam, ये सब तो इधर-उधर की बात है ना. Come back to the debate with Jayeshwani. How did this happen? How was this allowed? People watching tonight are saying we truly cannot believe that something like this happened, but it happened. How is this allowed? Can we avoid that question anymore? Jayeshwani, we can't avoid that.
Debates are now. This happened only because for these kind of communal debates.
How is this a communal debate? This is about what is wrong. How is it? I say terrorists don't have religion. So how is this a communal debate?
Draw the line of religious line.
Where is the religious angle?
That terror has religion.
It is a communal. You are making it.
Absolutely not.
Yes, it is communal because you made it communal. You said terror has no religion. Then suddenly find that when it comes to crunch, terror has a religion.
One of the panelists and Arnab said that it's a Suleiman army that he called Uddhav.
I said nothing like that.
Suleiman army.
I said nothing like that. I said nothing like that. Amit Rana said that and I don't stand by that view. Now continue. Don't try to divert that view. No. I'm saying you can't have a sympathy campaign for a terrorist anymore.
You are trying to find excuses to celebrate the man.
Nobody is having sympathy.
Doesn't give any excuse.
Nobody should have.
Though you said it's communal, when you create a mazar for a person who has no religion, it becomes communal. When a terror acts were taking place, you said terror has no religion. But when you take out janaza, with lakhs of people, when you decorate a particular mazar, you are showing it as a religion.
No mausoleum of
you have communalized it. Nobody else.
You are peddling lies. You are peddling hate. You are peddling discord amongst the communities by
what
saying
Republic
this.
is showing? Is it a lie?
There is no mazar.
No, tell me what
no
Republic is showing on camera. Is it a lie?
No terrorist.
Not चिल्लाते रहिए, इससे कुछ नहीं होगा. आप सिंपल जवाब दीजिए कि जो रिपब्लिक टीवी दिखा रहा है वो फैक्ट है कि झूठ है, वो बताइए मुझे. झगड़ा आपसे नहीं हो रहा. झगड़ा उनसे हो रहा है जिन्होंने मजार को सजाया. झगड़ा उनका हो रहा है जो कब्र को सजा के बैठे हैं.
बताइए कहाँ
उनका झगड़ा ही है. आपका हमारा झगड़ा नहीं है.
आप मुंबई में
कह रहे हैं कि जो जिन्होंने कब्र को सजाया वो सही है कि आप कह रहे हैं गलत है. सीधी सी बात है. धर्म कहाँ से आप कहाँ से आ गए, मैं कहाँ से आ गया. गलत है, सच है, बताइए.
नहीं, Ratan Sharda, 1 minute. Atik,
why are you peddling lies?
Atik, 1 minute. They should, you shouldn't be shouting today in the usual way. There should be blood. You should be angry today, Atik. There should be blood-curdling anger against something like this, and you should say, how was this allowed? And you think it's happening for the first time, things like this? And you know Mustafa Kamal of the National Conference, he said that Yakub Memon's hanging is a sacrifice. He said that, Ramkadam. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He said it's a sacrifice. Did you hear that, Subrashta? He said it's a sacrifice. No. Subrashta right now, Subrashta on the debate with Atik. Did you hear that?
Was unable to get
1 minute. Atik, wait a
while. Saying that this whole decoration.
3 bomb blasts, he's getting back Tiger Memon, hanging him and making a worst of his grave.
Atik, don't shout.
Will you do that?
Atik, you're a Zakir Naik supporter. You should speak to
Rahman, what are you trying to say?
The affected victims.
No.
Tiger Memon, is the government having plan to get him back? Will you compel Pakistan to get back Tiger Memon?
Listen, I think Atik should just stop speaking so that others can also speak.
We're having a normal debate. First of all, don't scream so much. All right?
I don't understand why is he venerating so many terrorists in one go. I just don't understand. You know, we take in Hindu culture, there's something called Vishnu Sahasranam and Shiva Sahasranam, where we start taking start taking names of gods in 10,000 different ways. Why are you trying to do the same today, Atikur Rahman? This is a conversation about venerating. How dare some people, even if they are common citizens, go ahead and venerate Yakub Memon's grave. And how dare this National Conference leader called Mustafa Kamal go on to say that this act of veneration is an act of love? You know, people like him should actually be put behind bars.
No, because
and they should be treated as potential
because you see, Subrashta, and the point I wish Jayeshwani understands this. Viewers, there has always been a circuit in this country, Ram Kadam and Jayeshwani, which has whitewashed terror antecedents. Like today, Mustafa Kamal, Farooq Abdullah's brother, says that Yakub Memon's hanging is a sacrifice. There are people who diluted Ishrat Jahan's terrorist credentials. Salman Khurshid tried to whitewash for the Batla House terrorists. Zakir Musa was whitewashed as a trendy teenager. There are some journalists who are the favorites of Hafiz Saeed in our country who tried to whitewash Burhan Wani and say that he is just a poor son of a school headmaster. This is a practice with these people, Ramkar.
And you are trying to whitewash Godse, Pragya Thakur and
I'm not.
BJP's whole brigade.
No.
Basically,
Adil, you've really got your focus wrong. You need to understand. I said to you that even Riaz Naiku was described as a mathematics teacher with a love for painting roses. You need to understand, no country glorifies terrorists like this. Okay? In Indonesia, locals protested against the burial of an Islamic State terrorist. It's only in our country that people like you, al-Baghdadi was buried at sea, Osama was buried at sea. Israel does not return Palestinian terrorists. Terrorists killed in the United States are denied a ceremonious burial. We even allow them a ceremonious burial, and now we want to create a mausoleum for them. Do you think the people of this country will tolerate it? I want Ram Kadam on the debate right now. Ram Kadam and Jayeshwani. Ram Kadam.
Arnab, I'm just taking a 60 seconds.
Basically, I want to
my humble request is that don't be an impatient. Give me a 60 seconds without interruption. Okay. Number one, we condemn such kind of things, no doubt about it. Any Indian can condemn it.
No, why did it happen?
Now the question is that,
why was it allowed to happen? Was there no intelligence department of the state government? Did the state government not know that it was happening? No. I am asking you. My only question is, under whose watch did it happen?
Kindly listen 60 seconds.
Under whose watch? I'll give you 100 seconds. But first tell me, under whose watch did it happen? Under whose watch were marble tiles and LED lights put on that grave?
Okay. I'll take up 40 seconds for this and 60 seconds for my rest of speech. Okay. Now I hope you can listen 100 seconds without interruption. Number one, the local authorities or any government is not responsible for any trust land or the trust area, whatever happening inside of the trust. There is no anyone single mazar or mausoleum.
No.
See.
Once again, Arnab. See, for your kind information,
Ram Kadam Sahib, if I am wrong, you file a defamation case against me. Chalo, let it be. I challenge you. I bet you. I challenge you. Openly on the national news channel.
So let me have a logic.
Let me complete.
You do not have a valid logic. What you said.
Any government, the government is responsible for any act which has been conducted in the premises of trust, whatever the trust doing there, government can watch it? Or government is responsible for that thing?
What I'm saying is, Jayeshwani, Jayeshwani, one line I have.
So impatient you are.
One line. No, I'm not impatient. You know, people from Bollywood visited, like slaves, they went and visited Dawood Ibrahim and put up pictures. They behaved. like Dawood Ibrahim,
उनको पकड़ के फांसी दे दो ना।
ने पकड़ के क्या हुआ तो है ना मुंबई में, ये लोग वापस आए ना, इनके खिलाफ क्या एक्शन लिया था आपने? बॉलीवुड के उन लोगों पे जो वहां पे दाऊद इब्राहिम को मिलने गए थे, जाते थे कि नहीं? जाते थे कि नहीं?
अंदर डाल दो ना।
अरे मैं सरकार चला रहा हूं कि अंदर डाल दो? आपकी सरकार थी, आपकी जब सरकार थी तो आपने आपके आंखों के सामने ये होने कैसे दिया?
सेट वन सेकंड, किसकी सरकार थी?
जिसको आप सपोर्ट करते हैं।
नहीं
एमबीए की सरकार थी। एमबीए की सरकार थी। Not once again. I'm saying it. Was it not Uddhav Thackeray as chief minister when the tiling was done? When the tiling and the lights were put up there, who was in government? I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. You don't have to tell me about my seniority. I'm asking you, when the tiling happened, when the beautification happened, when in that place the LED lights were installed, at that point of time, can you kindly tell me who was running the state government? And you are saying the state government, local authorities are not responsible. How are they not responsible for an act which compromises the security and sovereignty of our country? If you start idealizing terrorists, does the security of the country not get compromised?
Beautification carried out there. What is the date? What is the date of beautification carried out there? It is in the last month only. Now who is the chief minister?
One second. No. He says it happened in last 1 month. Ram Kadam will then respond. Because you're putting a counter charge, Ram Kadam will respond.
I do not understand.
Then tell me the date.
Mr. Jayesh,
tell me the date.
Mr. Jayesh, listen to me. I really do not understand. This battle is not against any caste, creed or any religion. This battle is against the mentality. How can we glorify any terrorist?
Whoever is a terrorist,
this is the topic. This is the topic.
And anyone who is taking the side of terrorists, he must have to be punished.
Of course, Yakub Memon is the terrorist.
No doubt he is a terrorist because the Supreme Court of this land has given him a conviction.
What do you mean?
Just like Nathuram Godse.
No. See, Yakub, you do not support Yakub Memon Bachao Sena.
Don't glorify the person
which heading by Uddhav Thackeray. Do not do. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Uddhav Thackeray is the same person.
Is the terrorism is different? You just said now the terrorism has don't have any caste, religion, greed.
Who supported Yakub Memon?
Now you are contradicting your own statement, Mr. Kadam.
Who was asking for his mercy?
You are contradicting your own statement,
You forgot that, I think. See, I am not contradicting. Whatever I am saying is the fact. This battle is...
There is no caste, no religion for the terrorism. Is this agree?
Yakub Memon was a terrorist. We cannot convert his tomb into shrine.
Yes, I agree. And the one thing is that...
And earlier you said we have been politicizing
same thing has been done by the BJP also.
Let me tell you bluntly, we do not want to politicize this issue because our parties...
You glorify the terrorist of this country. The first terrorist of this nation, you glorified him.
We always put nation first.
Ram Kadam, you say... Ram Kadam, I'm saying Yakub Memon Murdabad. Nathuram Godse Murdabad.
No. Who has been glorifying?
Say Nathuram Godse Murdabad.
Who has been glorifying?
I'm saying
this tomb. Uddhav Thackeray has given permission. His government has given permission. When the additional DG... Wait, Mr. Jayesh. When you said I was listening to you. Allow me to say 10 seconds. See, additional... Wait, Mr. Jayesh.
Which is not...
Mr. Jayesh, listen to me. Just one single point. See, now Uddhav Thackeray was the chief minister at that point. How can he shrug off his responsibility? Do you have any answer about it?
He should issue a statement on this. He should issue a statement on this. If this has happened under his watch, it's a very, very serious matter. Among many other serious matters that Uddhav Thackeray must be made answerable for. And viewers, on the other side tonight, the Prime Minister led the tribute to Netaji at Kartavya Path. But why did it take so long to give Netaji his due? Who tried to actively suppress the contribution of Netaji? We're debating that in a few minutes.
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing